So Krusty is not in its normal spot because we had to do an exchange. Guess who came home? And didn't need a jump start. The battery was kind of not having enough to get up over the hill, so I got to go to the local junkyard, and I believe it's about 20-25 bucks for a good used battery with a lifetime warranty. Unless that one's one of those that's already in it, then it's going to be free. But anyhow, Lucy's back home. Doesn't look any worse for wear other than it just needs a good bath. It's dirty. Here's the jumper pack, and it's one of those jumper packs that just in case it's got a pull start on it, so you can charge it back up if it is dead. But I figured I'd bring that home. I'll throw that on the charger too. It did have enough to get it going though. Board tracker's all parked away in it. That's got to come out and play too. So we'll take that out, and I almost forgot to bring my little happy box of parts because I want to do a service on this. And one of the things I want to do a service is changing that muffler. I believe the muffler is failing, and then changing oil and stuff. And so anyway, this is kind of like a on-the-road care package that whatever one I'm taking and using a lot, I keep with me. It's got all the correct hoses and plugs and oil strainers and filters and screens, and I don't even know what that is, probably bearings or something. So it's gonna get a little service, little love service. I'll probably make a video of that. Whether it's on this video or not, I don't know. It's getting way too far ahead of myself. Either that or the bike's coming out. But it needs a good bath. It's dirty. Dirty. So I think I'm going to go at least go get that knocked out. Dirty. Not terribly. Hides the bad body work, the dirtiness. But check the air pressure on the tires, and you do all that kind of stuff. And I just kind of give her a little general all-around love. Schmigma. So I don't know, we'll see where this video goes. I figure I'd at least turn the camera on and take her picture. Yeah, see you in a minute. Alright, so it's the next morning. Gave her an old bath yesterday. And didn't go crazy, but just wanted to get all the heavy stuff off. Still needs a good waxing. It's looking good. One thing that was causing a problem with it the end of last year was getting a little noisy. I'm pretty sure the muffler internally is rotted out and it's rattling, but it could be the fan also. They kind of mimic that same noise. So see if my camera will pick up the noise. It's when you rev it up, not idling it, it's fine. I don't know if you can hear that or not. Kind of worse when it's cold. So what I'm going to do is disconnect the fan. I'm going to take the belt off of the generator, and we'll just run it for a minute, rev it up, and if it doesn't make any noise, then we know it's the fan coming apart in the back. If not, then we know it's the muffler. So let me grab that generator pulley, and we'll take the front half off and come back and see what it sounds like. Alright, pop that off of there. Just kind of laying on the ground. So let's fire it back up and see what we get. It gets a little quieter, I don't know if I said it, as it warms up, but oh, still there. So we know our fan's okay. You can kind of hear it too when let's see if we can get something to wrap on it with. You tap on the muffler and you hear like a little internal clunk. you hear like a little rattle that's in there. So I'm not that concerned with dealing with that issue. It's just the internals of the muffler, and I'm missing a couple of pieces for this. I have a new muffler, but I don't have this stuff. You can see that the very end of it's starting to go. At least I don't think I do. I'll look and see what I have, but I'll probably order that and get that stuff on hand, and we're gonna go from there. So I'll readjust. I had to take a shim out of my pulley anyway. The belt's getting a little loose, but so I'll go put all that together. And at least I know the fan's not going to explode on me as I'm riding it around. So let me get that back together. Yeah, so I yanked out the bore tracker and haven't done anything to it but take it out and park it in the garage. So I figured go turn the fuel on and see if she'll do a nice cold start on us. So I'll set you up over here. And I don't think I ran it out of fuel. I may or may not. I just don't remember where it ended up. So it may take off. I may have to purge the flow bolt. See what we get. That, some choke. Got gas in the tank. Chug. Good. Alright, so couldn't help myself. I bought that last moped that you saw, and so you start looking on Craigslist at moped parts and everything and just trying to get an idea for what I want to build for the future. And I stumbled across this. It was $100 for moped parts is kind of how it was listed, and it's missing the motor. And I thought to myself, that may not be a bad idea. Two reasons. One is basically with a bill of sale you can register a moped and kind of put a plate on it and be less hassled in the avenue of the stuff that I like to build. So it's got that. It's got a good tag on the front of it. Some are just stickers and the stickers wear off. Anyway, that's got an actual tag on it. And the wheels are have those little built-in brake drums and all in them, so it makes for a better braking system and just a tougher wheel all the way around, where the bicycle wheels are limited to their strength. And the back wheel has the capacity of, you have the ratcheting regular pedal set up on it, and still have the other chain on the other side that you can drive from the other side. So the rim already comes with two sets of drive capacity that are stout and still has a brake drum on the inside of it. So I'm kind of liking that. So, and other little bits and pieces that I can use, like the tail light for that other moped. The switches are broken on it. This one seems pretty good. So don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but it does have all the bits and pieces to it that can be utilized on other bikes. So essentially it's a parts machine, but it's decent. So anyway, I grabbed it for 60 bucks and it's going to go into the Horde and go hide. And the only thing I like about the Pookie, everybody had their own opinion too as what that was named. But I didn't like the little seat that was on it, plus it had duct tape on the back of it. I kind of wanted a long seat, and that might fit the bill for that situation. So we'll see. So you guys remember this one? Hall's Chalmers tractor that we got going, and it was one of those ones that really need to be brought back to life. It's back for one problem. The float that we soldered up sprung a leak somewhere else, and yeah. So I went looking for my Horde to try to find another one of those, and unfortunately all these tractors that are now 30 and 40 years old all pretty much have that same issue. So I had a motor out back which was the same as this, but it's already missing it. I already dug in back there. So I started looking all through the back shed trying to find another float for that, and to no avail. If anybody knows the part number for what that would be, feel free. It's showing up. Anyway, but it wasn't for a total loss, because sometimes you get a tow to something and you just throw it in your stash and you put it away. Well, if you guys remember the free tractor, the free pile, I was going through there and I found a coil, and it's the same coil as that one. So can't work on the other one, but what I can do is put this coil on and see if we can get this one to get spark on that other cylinder. So guess what I'm going to do. Alright, I pushed it in the garage and stuck that on there, and let's see where we at. Looks like spark to me. Alright, let's go put that back together and we'll fire this thing up and see if we got it running on both cylinders now. Alright, plug wires on there. Let's choker. Well, I would say that's both cylinders. I think that cylinder hasn't run in a while, huh? Definitely burning off all the crap that's around that one. So I think we're going to go push this sucker outside for a little bit, and we'll let it chooch out there and let it run and burn some crap off. Then I think I'm going to go put the tins on it. We'll go see if it's got a good transmission. What do you think? Valves are clucking away a little bit. I had to turn the idle way down and the air fuel mix out. It wouldn't idle. And probably what was happening was running on one cylinder. So to compensate for the fact that it was only running on one side, they had to turn the idle way up so it would idle. So I turned that down, got that tweaked in, seems pretty good. But you hear the valves clapping away on that side. Yeah, you wouldn't either. We'll get a rag. Alright, let's see if it moves. Yeah. You want to try the mower deck? Nothing. Don't care too much though. Go for high gear. Right. That's it. Don't want to get her too hot. No cooling fan doing anything right now, but it's only going to run it for about 3 minutes. Well, that should be good. I'll let it cool down. I could adjust the valves because they're done under cold temperature. But nothing saying I can't put all the tins on, put the air cleaner and everything back together because the valve covers are easily accessible from there. But it works out good. The trans is good. Mower deck, it's got electric PTO, more than likely, again with that other wiring that we were playing with last time. The switch is probably just goofy, but I'm really not that concerned about the deck work, and I have a feeling this is going to be more of I'm thinking romper, but who knows, you know. So it'd also be a good machine to put a plow on. They're fairly stout setups with their rear ends. Again, it's got the high and the low range, and it's got the big rear with the 5-lug rims on it, so it's a decent one to plow with, better than trying to plow with something like that, you know. Alright, so let me get some sheet metal back together. Actually, I'm going to swap them. I'm going to take that one off, put that one up there because I'm an old man. My back tells me to. So I went and washed off the plastics and reinstalled those, put the air cleaner on it. I figured I'll pop the valve covers off and just see if I could find a valve that was really flopping and loose. And it is hydraulic valves. There is no adjustment on them, so that is not the issue. Either a lifter is not pumping up or a valve is sticking on the return side of it. So I think the best method for this, now that the tins are on so it won't overheat, is that we're just going to put it back together and let it run for a while and see if it cures what ails it. If not, worst case it has a tap to it, but I give it a reasonable capacity of recovering. So I'm going to go button that back up and we'll see what we get. So it sounds pretty good. I let it run for, it's probably about 20 minutes. I went around taking out trash and doing all that stuff. At first I had it kind of running at fast RPM. I figured it would help pump it up faster, and it didn't. It sounded like I was ready to grenade actually. And so I just went back to letting it idle, and then it went away at an idle. Now when you rev it up, it's fine. The real test is going to be when it's cold again. I fire it up and see if it's real tappy when it's cold. And the other last thing is still, the oil looked fairly clean in it, but if I change it and change the filter, I'm sure it would also help the pressure, the oil pressure, and the oil pressure is what pumps up the lifters too. So I think it's pretty good. Good assessment on it. It's got a good motor. Rear end seems to be fine. Mower deck is the mower deck. You know, I'm not that concerned, as I said. I don't know. Hey, I know what I have. If I need something that needs a motor for, you know, if somebody wants to buy a motor and I go sell it, so be it. If not, I have a feeling it would make a nice toy to go romping in the woods. Not that I don't have enough stuff to go and do that anyway. I already got a four-wheeler, but you know, these are cheap to free to play with and cut up and mod and do all that kind of stuff. So anyway, it's just going to add to the horde for now, I guess. The only other thing is the grommet was gone for the bottom of the breather, so you can see it kind of dribbling a little bit of oil, and obviously it's been doing it for a while, judging by the cakiness around it. But again, not that concerned about that. So I got really nothing into it. I found the coil. The battery was one that I took out of another tractor that I did some maintenance on, and they wanted a new battery just because of the age of that one, and that one seems to be good enough to run this, so we'll leave it. So free is free. Gotta like free. So this video was probably going to be a bunch of different things put together, and it is what it is, right? So again, thanks everybody for watching, comment, subscribing, and if you would, give me a thumbs up if you like what you see. Later.